During this holiday season, give your loved ones a gift that keeps on giving for the rest of their life. Torpedo pot is the only affordable self-growing flower pot that ensures your future food survival. All you do is add soil, seeds, and seedlings to the flower pot and watch your plants grow. Torpedo pot can grow nutritious food in such abundance and variety that you can produce more food than your local farm. Visit www.torpedopot.com.
Greetings, my beautiful people. How you doing? Do I still need to introduce myself? Really? All right. So my name is Olivia Nantongo. I'm a wellness and nutrition therapist. And some of you have been wondering, what does Nantongo mean? Nantongo means in the morning, at the beginning of the day, rather. So in the morning. And Olivia, of course, Olivia means the tree of life. Olive tree, tree of life. Isn't that beautiful? Anyway, I want to talk about something today. I just came back from Motherland not so long ago. And every time I come back, I want to reflect a little bit about how was my journey. What did I get out of it? Did I really grow spiritually? Did I get motivated to do more than I'm doing? Going home is really motivation for me and elevating myself spiritually in many ways. And of course, spending time with my family. I just love it. And then to speak of the food, I gained so much weight, so I'm working on losing it. It's all good. It was worth it. Yes, it was worth it, every single bite. But what I want to talk about really is something that I think every African person faces that doesn't live on the continent necessarily. And it's their mentality of treating their Diasporans. Which one is it? English is not my first language. I do speak many languages, but my first language is Uganda. Okay, but back to the topic. Many of us, if not all of us, are treated as cash cows. And I'll tell you, it's very stressful. Okay, it can be very stressful going back home if you're not a strong person, because you can get bullied into giving away everything. Okay, when I say everything, down to what you're wearing. Oh, I love what you're wearing. It looks nice. So when you're leaving, you can give it to me, or you have something to change to. Like the freak. It's mine. Obviously, I'm wearing it because I love it. So this is something that is very constant, and God help you if you say no to the wrong person and you're going to be bullied into something like you are not a giver. It's very nerve-wracking for so many people, because not everyone has the strength, I would say, to stand up against this type of bullying. Yeah, this kind of pressure, the stress. And it's not just family members, because when you go to the market or the supermarket or the mall, it's like they just smell it. They just smell it that you're not from there. And your price is always different, higher, unreasonably higher than what they sell to the locals. So if I go to the market, if the tomato is $1 as an example, of course it's not $1, it's $5 for me. Yes, it's $5 for me. And I've reached a point where, of course, I speak my language, Luganda, when I go to the market, because I need them to know, hey, I'm not a tourist, so don't try that with me. But it gets to a point where, and this is so ridiculous, but the lighter skin you have, the more money you have. And I keep telling them, please, why don't you just pick it? Just pick it from my skin if you think that's how it works. You know, I have to send my darker skinned cousins to go and ask for the price before I go and appear myself to start buying and paying. This is how desperate some situations get. And it doesn't end there. With your family members, it's a constant money request. Every week somebody's sick. Every week somebody needs something. And God help you if you can send that money. Huh? There are many people that are living under extreme stress because they don't know how to say no. And this is a big, big problem because many are suffering in silence. Many are just working to take care of family members that are so ungrateful, because once you leave the continent, you are looked at as the hope, okay? That hope that you're going to help the village you're coming from, if you're coming from a village, or you're going to help your family members. And it's not wrong to help our family members. It's just that they actually turn you into a cash cow where they just want to milk. And I know people are doing 2, 3, 4 jobs just to take care of their families back home. And these people are not even grateful. Some are, but I know that I've been through this for so many years. And at some point I had to say enough is enough. Because you look at the transactions, money is just coming out, going out. And it reached a point where I was like, listen, I understand you need help. Let's see where we can invest something and you open up your own business. No, some of them are just too lazy to even think of the possibility of waking up and having something of their own. They would rather milk you. And I'm thinking, how is this going to come to an end? Because people leaving the continent to go look for so-called greener pastures, like I said, they live under extreme stress, okay? And I don't know how this is going to end, but I know how this is going to end. Our children are not going to be so giving. Yeah, because we kind of follow the footsteps of our parents, but our children are going to be wiser. They're not going to follow that, sending their money just for no reason. Somebody calls you, oh, I want money on a constant basis. It's just not going to work. So I have hope that it will stop with our children. But why should it come to that? The help is always needed. And if we can help, or our children can help, it should continue that way. But because of the behavior around it, and the reason why it's going to stop with us, because our children have realized the kind of stress we go through and how ungrateful our people are once they get the money. Because sometimes you actually have to look for them again. When they want the money, it's not a problem to find you. But once you send the money and they take it out, you won't even hear from them to say, thank you, I received the money. No, next time you hear from them is when they need money again. So it's really, it's mind-blowing. It's really mind-blowing. But this is something that always bothers me when I go home. So I'm always alerted, and I realized this time I became a little bit rude. And this is not even me, It's just that you get fed up from the point you open your door. Let me tell you something. I woke up one day and I had relatives that came to visit me that I didn't even know. And this lady tells me, oh, I used to carry you when you were a baby. Oh, how beautiful. Thank you. Can you help me with this and that? And I don't mind, but why you gotta put it that way? Why you gotta put it that way? It's a lot. It's a lot. It's like you can't own anything of your own. So, yeah, that's part of, if you're planning on going to Africa as a tourist, this is something that you need to have in your mind or on your mind, that you're going to be subjected to stuff like this, because everyone wants $1 or $2 or $3 or $4 or $5 and so on. At the end of the day, how many people do you think you're passing through the day? Day 1, day 2, day 3. Okay, it might look like nothing, but at the end of the day, you know that it's not nothing. Okay, so I'm just saying, be careful who you give yourself to completely in that way, and learn to say no. It's okay to say no. Put a limitation on your budget. This is how much I'm willing to spend on my family members on a regular basis, and stick to it. Of course, there might be emergencies that take place. That's fine, but stick to a plan. If not, you already know this. They will drain you financially, emotionally, and you will end up in a depression, and no one is going to give a damn. That's the honest truth. So I don't want to sound like I'm talking bad about my people, and whoever disagree with me can disagree. But we all know, as Africans, we all know this is the truth. And sometimes even those that have, because they think you over there abroad, oh, you better bring the money, girlfriend. Anyway, just sharing my thoughts and a little bit of frustration I was facing. It's no big deal. I can handle that. And honestly, I do love giving, and I do set my limitations. I'm very good at that. So, this was like a therapy session. I feel so much better. Oh, okay, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and of course, share. And how about you give me some suggestions on what topics you would like me to talk about? I'm very open to almost everything.
Living in America as a Black person, you recognize there is one set of laws for you and one set of laws for those, especially in the white community. In our book, Passive Aggressive Racism in the System of White Supremacy, I take you through times in my life when I first started noticing white supremacy. We teach you how to recognize it, identify it, and also counter it in our book. This book is a beginner's course for those that are just starting to wake up and open their eyes to see the system of white supremacy. As a Black American person, you must understand this system, because this system is life or death to you. How you handle it, how you deal with it, it can affect your mental health if you don't understand this system. Pick up our book, Passive Aggressive Racism and the System of White Supremacy, today on Amazon.